Welcome to our latest podcast. This is probably number four, 5. We're not. Who's counting? In any event, today we just wanted to jump on really quickly and share something that happened with us today. So hopefully Jose will give us some insight. Right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this morning I'm getting a phone call from a listing agent on which we submitted an offer. We wrote an offer that was FHA financing, and I felt that I was being pushed to go in a conventional way. Does that make any sense?
A little bit, yeah.
So my client is able to do financing on an FHA or in a conventional basis, making an offer for a townhome community that's FHA approved. Literally the agent called back and said, Albert, can you guys go conventional? And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Why?
Why do we have to go conventional?
I'm just asking. No wrong answers here.
So FHA, correct me if I'm wrong, right now has the better rates, which means lower down payment for buyers right now.
Yes, right now, so an FHA minimum down payment, 3.5% down, is trending at about 6.5%. If we're talking about just a standard 30-year conventional loan, right now that rate is about 6.99 to 7 1/8.
So if I'm a buyer, you're giving me both options, FHA and conventional.
That's right.
So if I make an offer on a property and this property is FHA approved, I have to dictate whether I'm going FHA or I'm going conventional in the contract. So I choose FHA because it's in the best interest to my client, right, to the buyer. Why would the seller care?
Well, in my experience, a couple of reasons why the seller might care, or listing agent in this case. The main one I can think of is that there might be something within the property itself that the seller or the buyer might be privy to. That could be anything. It could be from reserved requirements and so forth, or there's a bunch of stuff that they can think of. As far as maybe the mentality has always been for the last couple of years that FHA tends to run a little bit slow. They might require a little bit more requirements, whether it's the appraisal or the condition of the property. There's a lot of stuff that FHA was usually known for, but that's not typically the case. We're talking turn times right now. Turn times on a FHA product is running me about 17 to 21 days. So there should be really no issue there. So outside of those norms, I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be.
Okay, so it'd be fair to say that in the past, FHA was kind of like not the preferred.
Absolutely, yeah, no way. People would stay away just because of the
FHA. But that's the old FHA.
That's the old mentality.
Today's FHA is the same as a conventional in terms of being able to qualify or obtaining the loan. It's not harder to get FHA than it's harder to get conventional.
No, in fact, it's quite the opposite. It's actually easier to get FHA than it is to get a conventional at this point. So the mentality actually has flipped.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But if you're well qualified for either or, it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to you. It really shouldn't matter to the seller at this point either, unless So my recommendation would be, with a lender that you may be, that has that pre-approval, is just to reach out, speak with the listing agent, maybe kind of,
put them at ease.
Put them at ease a
little bit. Make them more comfortable.
Yeah, talk to them, because a lot of times you might be getting information that's inaccurate as well.
Okay.
So that's my recommendation. Or you can send them to me, and I'll be more than happy to take care of them.
Okay, so I shouldn't be upset that I felt that maybe I was being forced, suggestively told, coerced into one kind of financing over another. Is that illegal?
Well, there's a lot of things with it, but we won't quite go there. As far as you don't know what you don't know is my best answer.
Okay.
And they probably don't know.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Ignorance of the law does not excuse you from it.
Ask for forgiveness and for permission. There it goes.
But at the end of the day, what we should take away is that an FHA or a conventional, as long as you're well qualified for either or, you should be able. It's just a loan option at the end of the day.
It is just a loan option. Again, unless the listing agent is trying to draw something out or trying to privy to some information that should already be disclosed anyways, there's really no right or wrong as far as whether you're going to go with the FHA or conventional. It's really up to the buyer at this point, and you as an agent to kind of walk them through that path.
All right, so I guess I'll come down from my high horse and not feel offended, and just go with Albert. Just take the extra step and explain the difference. educate.
Educate is the best thing for everybody at this point. You know, it's if you know there's any miscommunication, just go ahead and settle that, and we'll go from there.
Well, thank you for allowing me to vent. Thank you for sharing some information.